You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Welcome, everyone. You know, it feels like we're just constantly swimming in digital alerts, notifications pinging all the time. So our mission today, maybe here on The Vocal Technologist, is to try and slice through some of that information overload. We want to pull out the insights that really matter for you, especially around information security. It's just changing so fast. We're going to look at everything from, tiny code flaws to these big geopolitical cyber issues. Let's get into it.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting, I think, is how these tech issues, they aren't just abstract things happening out there. They have real effects on, well, everyone. Individuals, big companies, you name it. Understanding the why behind them is crucial.
Definitely critical. Okay, so let's dive straight into some recent threats. First up, something pretty significant for businesses using SAP. There's this vulnerability, CVE 2025-42957, I believe. It's being actively used against SAP S/4HANA.
Right, the modern ERP suite.
Exactly. And the scary part is it lets someone with really low-level access basically take over completely, get admin control. Now, SAP did push out patches back on August 12th. And the Dutch Cybersecurity Center, the NCSC, they flagged it as medium-high risk. The potential damage, well, data theft, backdoors, ransomware, the usual suspects, but quite serious.
It is serious, and that SAP flaw, it really underscores this ongoing issue of privilege escalation, getting higher access than you should have. It shows companies really need to think hard about how their internal systems are segmented. Because one small breach,
You can cascade, give them the keys to the kingdom, basically.
Exactly. Patching is urgent, but also reviewing that internal access.
And it's not just about the big corporate systems, is it? The attackers are getting so creative with social engineering, too.
Oh, definitely.
Take this iCloud calendar phishing thing. This is pretty clever, actually. They're using Apple's own servers.
How does that work?
Well, they add a user to an Office 365 group, then invite that group to a calendar event. But the nasty bit, the phishing text, like a fake PayPal charge telling you to call some number, they hide it in the notes field of the calendar event.
Ah, okay. So it pops up looking like a legit calendar notification from Apple.
Precisely. Because it is coming from Apple's infrastructure. It exploits that built-in trust you have.
That's insidious. It's weaponizing features we use every day, moving beyond just dodgy emails. It sort of shows that trusting the platform, like iCloud, doesn't automatically mean you can trust the content within it anymore.
Yeah, a really good point. And, okay, speaking of subtle, how about malware hidden inside SVG image files?
SVG, like scalable vector graphics, image files.
Yeah, exactly. Usually harmless pictures. But VirusTotal, specifically their AI analysis tool, found, I think, 44 unique SVG files that were completely missed by all the standard antivirus engines. Zero detection.
Wow. And what were they doing?
They were pretending to be from Colombia's judicial system. They'd set up these fake government-looking portals to trick people into downloading malware.
That's incredibly clever. Using a file type most people wouldn't suspect, and then building convincing fakes around it. It really suggests that file-based threats are getting way more sophisticated. They're not just .exe files anymore. They're blending in.
So these threats are evolving, becoming more complex.
Yeah.
But are we actually getting better at measuring how we respond? Most security teams still talk about alerts in terms of true positive or false positive.
Yeah.
Is it real or not? But does that really tell the whole story? What's missing there?
Well, it tells you if the alert was technically correct, if it flagged something, but it doesn't tell you if that something actually mattered to the business. Did it have any real impact? That's the missing piece. So I think we need to add another layer like intent or maybe disposition.
Okay, so how would that work? What would the categories be?
You could refine it. Think like true positive malicious. Okay, that's bad. True positive suspicious. Needs investigation. Then maybe true positive no business impact. Like it was technically policy violation, but caused no harm. And then your false positives. It's about shifting from just detection. Did we see a thing? To understanding the consequence. What was the actual effect?
That makes sense. Moving beyond just the signal to the impact.
Yeah.
But I guess putting that into practice, that sounds like a challenge. Integrating the data, maybe?
It is. It often requires bringing together security data with more context from IT systems and training analysts to think differently. Instead of just, is this malware? Ask, what could this have done if we hadn't stopped it? It's a mindset shift, definitely.
Understanding that impact helps see the bigger picture. And sometimes that bigger picture is, well, geopolitical, right? Like the warning from NUKIB, the Czech Cybersecurity Agency. They're flagging increased risks from Chinese-linked tech in critical areas.
Critical infrastructure.
Yeah. Energy, healthcare, transport, government services.
Yeah.
They even mentioned specific threat groups like APT-31 being involved.
And this connects to a global concern. Chinese national security laws give authorities pretty broad powers to access data, potentially compelling companies to cooperate. So for any organization, especially in those critical sectors you mentioned, relying heavily on technology with those kinds of links, well, it raises serious questions about data security and operational resilience.
And it's not just theoretical risk. We see the fallout. Qantas, the airline, cutting executive bonuses by 15% after that big breach in July.
Right, the scattered spider incident.
Yeah.
Affected, what, 5.7 million customers?
Yeah. And Bridgestone, the tire company, they confirmed a cyber attack recently disrupted their plants in North America. These aren't just IT headaches anymore, are they?
Not at all. They hit the bottom line. They stop production. They damage reputations. It proves cybersecurity is absolutely a core business risk, a strategic issue. When it affects executive bonuses, you know it's being taken seriously at the highest levels.
So we've gone from specific code exploits and clever phishing all the way up to alert metrics and these global cyber tensions. Quite the range today.
It really highlights the challenge. The threats are constantly evolving, from the micro level to the macro, which means vigilance, adapting defenses, and just critical thinking are, well, they're non-negotiable now. So maybe the key question for everyone listening is, after hearing all this, what's one step you can take this week to better secure your own digital world?
That's a great question to leave folks with. Thank you for joining us for this exploration today. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you next time.
Spoken Tech, for your ears.